Okay, let's dive right into this because, well, the world around us is changing at a practically breathtaking speed. Did you know we're generating over 2 quintillion bytes of data every single day? It's literally an exploding digital world. And here's the thing, with every single new digital convenience we add to our daily lives, the urgent need for robust cyber protection just skyrockets. Organizations globally are scrambling. They are desperately searching for skilled professionals who can actually step in and protect their systems, their apps, and all that highly sensitive data. In this explainer, we're going to map out exactly how you can become that in-demand professional.
To get you there, here is our blueprint for today. We'll start with the exploding cyber threat, then look at the industry-ready gap. After that, we'll talk about bridging that training divide, lay out your step-by-step roadmap, and finally, explore some real-world career paths.
All right, kicking things off with part 1, the exploding cyber threat in our rapidly changing world.
The reality we're facing is that the tech landscape is just moving incredibly fast. We're talking artificial intelligence, cloud computing, the smart devices sitting in your home right now, digital banking, automation. These are transforming literally every single industry on the planet. But, here is the catch. Along with this unprecedented growth, our daily cyber threats are increasing exponentially. Every new smart device or automated cloud system, well, that's just a potential new entry point for a cyber attack. Global organizations are fully aware of this, which makes cybersecurity one of the absolute fastest-growing, most stable career paths in the world today.
But that brings us to a really perplexing issue. Companies are practically begging for talent, yet a lot of certified students are completely failing to get hired. Just pause and think about that for a second. You put in the hours, you get the certificate, but you still can't land the actual job. So what's going on? Well, it's because simply having a certificate doesn't mean you're actually industry ready.
Which leads us perfectly into Section 2, the industry-ready gap, or as I like to call it, theory versus practice.
Let me ask you this directly. Do you ever feel like your classroom theory hasn't actually prepared you to go out and solve a real-world problem? Because there is a massive divide out there between being just a trained professional and a job-ready professional. Being trained basically means you memorized a textbook. Being job-ready, that means you have the practical, deep-seated confidence to walk in and fix a breached network on day one. Real cybersecurity requires actual, hands-on industry exposure.
And this is exactly where the solution comes in. Listen to this quote from cybersecuritytrain.com. "We are not just a training institute, we are a cybersecurity company." Honestly, that distinction is everything. They bridge this massive gap because they aren't just academics reading off a PowerPoint. They actively fight cyber threats every single day. They understand real-world security operations and the actual tangible skills that organizations are frantically looking for.
So let's look at Section 3. How are we bridging that training divide with structured learning?
How do we actually fix this problem of theory versus practice? You do it with a comprehensive end-to-end training portfolio. Whether you want to act as the digital shield with SOC analyst training, or maybe you want to play the attacker with certified ethical hacking and penetration testing. Or hey, maybe you want to manage the big picture with GRC and cloud security. The point is, it's an entire ecosystem designed for everyone. From fresh beginners to people switching careers, this specialized portfolio is what makes you completely undeniable to a hiring manager.
But the curriculum is really only half the battle here. Instead of just learning from academics, you get what's called the mentorship advantage. You're learning directly from active professionals who are currently working in real cybersecurity environments. That means you get real-world examples and a highly practical approach to your learning. Plus, they go way beyond just the technical skills. We're talking career counseling, resume guidance, mastering your interview prep, and actual placement assistance. It's this continuous mentoring from people actually in the trenches that builds your true confidence.
All right, let's move to Section 4, your step-by-step roadmap. This is your master plan.
Now let's look at the ultimate blueprint. How exactly does a student transform from a total novice into a highly sought-after professional? Well, it's all about sequencing. Say you're in the second year of your degree. You start with cybersecurity fundamentals to build a rock-solid foundation. Then in your third year, you level up by jumping into short-term internships to get that crucial practical exposure. So by the time you hit your final year, you aren't scrambling around in a panic. You're smoothly transitioning into long-term internships, engaging in placement mentorship, and polishing that resume. Your preparation absolutely must start well before you put on that graduation cap.
Which brings us to a highly urgent point, and I really want you to hear this. Start now. Do not delay. The absolute worst thing you can do is wait until after graduation to start building your resume. Companies are struggling right this very second to find skilled security professionals. Students who jump in and start early, they gain a massive, almost unfair advantage over everyone else when it comes to skills, internships, confidence, and those highly coveted job placements.
And finally, Section 5. Let's look at the real-world career paths and some incredibly rewarding outcomes.
So, let's shift gears and look at what's actually waiting for you at the finish line. The best part? You aren't boxed into just one single job. If you want to be the one building the walls, you can take a defensive role like a SOC analyst or a cloud security engineer. If you're the kind of person who likes breaking things just to see how to fix them, you can choose an offensive role as an ethical hacker or a threat hunter. Or, if you prefer the big picture, take a strategic role like a security consultant or a compliance professional. The options are absolutely vast, and honestly, they are all incredibly vital right now.
And that perfectly brings us back to the core ethos of cybersecuritytrain.com. We do not only teach courses, we shape careers. Actually, just let that sink in for a second. They aren't just focused on pushing you through to get a passing grade. They are deeply, genuinely invested in guiding you into a stable, future-ready, and globally respected profession.
Learn, practice, grow, secure your future. That right there is the exact journey from classroom theory to an industry-ready reality. Look, the technology is transforming, the daily threats are multiplying, the industry is absolutely booming, and the step-by-step roadmap is clearly laid out right in front of you. So with all these tools available to build a stable, incredibly respected career, what are you waiting for?